All right, guys, welcome back to the Castoff. This is the final segment in this first season, and honestly, I am so excited with the final two we have right here. We had a fantastic Final Four. Dirk made it into our Final Three. Great stuff from him from start to finish, but now I think we have the top two guys. These are the most popular when it came to my Twitter feed, when we looked at Reddit, when I just even asked my own production staff, even the Activision and Xbox staff that was in the house had their own opinions on which guy should go through. I know Ash was a huge fan of Fox, and I know talking with Eric and a few of the other guys that huge fans of Chance and Fox. So with these two in our final two, no real surprise for me, especially after watching them on that day too. But now we have one final decision to make, guys, and let's kick it off with some gameplay. Ben, who are we going to be watching first?
So we're going to watch Fox's game number 3 from the series they casted with ourselves. This time is a little bit of a twist, though. They're going to be driving the broadcaster mode as well. We're not going to sort of take too much into that, but it's a good kind of knowledge because certain casters don't like driving. So can they drive, can they not? It's definitely something that we're going to be looking at. So without further ado, let's take a look at Fox's game number 3.
Hello, and welcome back to the Call of Duty North American Championship of 2015 presented by Xbox. I am Fox Adon, and we have Benson. How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about this matchup here, that round 11 S&D?
Flashbacks, man.
Flashbacks. Season 1 playoffs, so ridiculous to see. We're moving on to some retreat CTF between these two teams. What do you think about this?
Well,
I don't know. That's really tough. I mean, I feel like this is a very, if you have some good AR players on your team, this is a very easy map for you.
Right.
But we see good ARs on both sides. Sharp, amazing AR player. Optic Gaming has Crim 6 and Formal. So I don't know. I see this going in Optic's favor as well.
Okay, well.
All right, I'm going to turn on the COD vision here. So we're going to see one player from TK jump over the wall. You're going to see all the players through the walls. Optic Gaming right now, the red team. Scump with that nice two-piece inside of his own base. I want to see what Theory's doing, actually. Theory, off spawn. He's coming from bar. He's going towards middle map. I think he knows these two Optic players over here on poolside.
Yeah, TK had no control over that poolside in Theory, with TK playing off the better side here. And Fox, why exactly do we call that side the better side?
I think we call that better. I think we call it the better side just because the spawns, when you just don't want to spawn bar side, right?
Right.
That's basically it. And Mr. X is actually touching this a bit in the Lazarus effect, the new series he started. So it's it's a pretty well-known fact that's the better side. I want to see what Scump is doing though. No, Theory just got the two-piece. So let's hop on board with him. He's on a 3-kill streak, killing another player on poolside. 4 kills in a row for this TK squad. Yep, TK is up 1-0, and like we said, they're on better side. They have those cave spawns if they want, you know? They just want to keep pushing that pool side over and over again. That's basically what you want to be able to run the flag pool side. You maybe have a player hover around mid just for a kill or two, but you're never going to see them go from mid to bar or something like that. That's suicide. You're hurting everyone right there. 3 versus 1 situation, TK inside of Optic Gaming's base.
Sharp currently on a 6 streak, make that a 7 streak.
Oh my goodness,
Flag's been pulled as well. TK go 2-0 into the lead with 1:45 left of round 1 of 2, and they could relay this as well, Fox.
Sharp, 8-kill streak, pulling the flag. Theory's on a 4-kill streak. We're just seeing all of TK going up. Ooh, you see what's interesting about those stuns? They do 1 point of damage. So clearly he was at 99% or 99 damage.
Done, yeah.
Can't English very well. I'm sorry. Theory pulling this flag or running this flag, about to have another cap.
Hey, that's a comfortable score from good side, but yeah, I mean they have momentum right now. I'd like to see them try and set up another flag if they could. Optic Gaming could have the work cut out for them going over to the good side.
We just got Theory and Sharp going off. Theory 15 and 5. 8-kill streak. I was about to say 7, but Theory was not going to let me get away with that. Another kill from Theory. Can he go on the 10-kill streak? He's picking up a bow, ready for a long-range engagement. He's not going to spot this player inside bottom art, but he will see a player in pool. 10-kill streak coming out of Theory. So impressive for TK on this first half.
It doesn't. But 10 seconds, that is a lot of time.
He's got his knife out. He's got his knife out for that extra speed. Let's see if he can chain these movements in perfect to get this cap.
Yeah, he gets that flag. Nice. Really good play from OG.
There we go. Not ending that with a 4-0. Optic Gaming down 1-4 against TK. Phenomenal plays coming from Sharp and Theory, making up for that S&D. Sharp trying to redeem himself after losing that 1v3. You know, he's disappointed, but you can see it didn't affect him. It didn't affect him one bit. He's still just playing as well as he can.
And Crimsix got that really big kill there, just supporting Formal. Recognized that there would be a player pushing.
I want to jump with Theory here, and like I said in the beginning, if you have strong AR players, you're going to do so well. We're going to maximize this mini map here, but like I said, if you have ARs, you're going to do so well. And look who's at the top of the scoreboard, the AR players for TK. Theory and Sharp. Formal and Scump picking up some nice kills. 3 dead for TK right now.
Oh, Theory's going to have to track all the way back to his flag. Formal going to put some pressure on. Scump has pulled the flag away, and looking at that mini-map,
oh my goodness,
this could actually be a flag. Towels should be covered by Formal. One player has snuck through though. Scump with the flag. Can he cap it? That's the question. Sharp gets the stop and also catapults the flag. Phenomenal play from TK.
Yeah, that flank through Towels was huge right there. That could have been a cap if that flank hadn't have happened. Now we're going to see Sharp running the flag. 2 players inside pool. Whose 2-piece is that? Oh no, he's going to get taken down. Looney almost got the 2-piece. The Scump was not letting it happen. No, he could not.
Can finally get some control over poolside.
Unfortunately though, here Goonjar is bar side, so he's going to give Optic those poolside spawns. And that's going to be really unadvantageous. We're going to see one player, Formal, spawning inside the cave, as we talked about earlier, why that is the better side. But Formal not able to take advantage. I'm sure he didn't expect Goonjar to be coming from bar side. Why,
no way, like, why would you, right?
It's like, oh gosh, 3 dead for TK. That's pretty weird to see. That's probably because Goonjar came from that side.
And look at Crim. So Crim,
he's got to play scared here. He knows there's 2 players in his base. He doesn't know where they're coming from. He's going to play head glitch right here. He spots the flag on top of his head. Theory wins the gunfight, but both flags down. Optic Gaming is going to return that. Scump is going to take the flag and running it through middle map. I think that's a pretty weird play. Oh, Scump's actually going to cap this, but I think that was a really weird play coming out of Theory. It was a good play that he rotated it towards bar because he knew that Optic had pool control. Right. So that was very good. It just didn't work out in his favor. There were 2 players in his base. 45 seconds to see if either team can make a difference there. Formal dying off of his 4-kill streak. We're seeing each side just heat up at random, but Optic Gaming, you can see they're coming back because they're on the better side. It was 4-1 going into this half. Now look at it, it's tied up. We need TK to get a pool on bad side in the last 30 seconds. That's got to be rough. Crim6 pushing this pool side with a teammate. Nade Shot is actually pushing. I think we're going to see Nade Shot pull this flag before we see Crim pull it. Nade's got the sub. Nade's the OBJ player. Crim picking up a nice kill on top gym. 3 dead for TK.
And look how far out they're spawning too, Fox.
Spawning out there at bar. That's pretty good. I think we saw a player getting closer to gym there, blocking some more spawns. Oh. I did not expect to see Crim6 go down there. I thought he was going to get that kill.
Surely going to be a flag. Nade pulled that
Someone left Nade Shot. Someone left Nade Shot and is pushing this flag carrier here. I want to see what's happening. Looney still alive in the base. Who's that player that pushed him? Looney still holding his flag around top.
How is he still alive right now?
Inside his base, right? That's pretty crazy.
Someone needs to kill Nade Shot though.
Lots of exo movement, being unpredictable. No one's been able to call him out. He's been behind a wall the entire time. The green wall.
The green wall. Quite literally, one player's going to charge. It's going to be shot, but did that buy enough time for TK to overextend?
Both Theory and Formal. Theory and Formal about to drop 50 bombs. Formal has the flag right now. He can get this cap.
Gets it.
Oh, the Exo Slam gets him in there. Optic Gaming is going to win map number 3. Another 3-0.
3-0. Ray, I'm sorry. I know Ray was looking excited.
Very exciting series. He was a 3-0, but it was not convincing. Game number 2 went to round 11. Game number 3 went to overtime. That's pretty impressive coming out of TK. They should be proud of themselves for that. They qualified anyways, right?
I mean, yeah, obviously both teams have qualified. That's ultimately.
All right, so a lot of people in the chat must be catching up to the show a little bit late. They don't understand that we've edited it just to purely focus on our caster's audio there. Fox was able to do a little bit of play-by-play while driving the bus, also try to mix in the analysis. Before we get into the notes, I think we should look at Chance and then review the 2 casters side by side. So that was Fox the Don's cast of Retreat CTF. Now let's send it over to Chance as he's going to be driving for the first time on the main stage. Let's take it away. Game number 3 is coming up. What can you tell me about Retreat CTF?
For Retreat CTF, first hardpoint map, obviously your middle hill. Generally, you're going to have a lot of scrap time. Normally, whichever team is better at slaying is going to be able to get more control of it. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking about hardpoint. We have CTF. You're going to be wanting to lock down this pool side. The side that Prophecy is spawning right now is going to be your favorable side, and if they can lock down pool, it's going to be really easy to pull flags out. So we're going to hop on board with Moch, who's going to be your AR player, and expect him to just lock down this right here.
All set up. Drive away, my friend.
Sounds great. Your Envy squad actually able to put a little bit of pressure on the Prophecy, but you see Envy's actually taking this game pretty slow. They don't want to get ahead of themselves and allow Prophecy to make any ridiculous plays or really easy pulls on this side. Envy is going to force them to do extremely well on the side to pull out 1 or 2 flags. So Envy taking it slow.
All right, and walk me through what Prophecy needs to do from this first side. You said it is the advantage, but how many caps do you want to get here playing from the more advantageous position?
You know, honestly, if you're playing a team that's as good as Envy is, I wouldn't be comfortable unless I had at least a 3-flag lead. I think if they only have 2, that they can easily hold that off or even be able to pull off the flag from the other side. But 3 is where you're going to be comfortable with. 1 just isn't going to be enough. And 2, it's going to be about a 50-50.
Classic, switching over to the IMR for this map. What do you think of the decision to go with this AR?
The IMR, the difference between that and the BAL is normally the IMR is going to be a gun you're more stationary with. But whichever the player is going to be more comfortable with, there's not a huge difference between the two in terms of what you're going to be able to do in terms of putting up numbers. So the IMR, perfectly fine decision. We're going to be able to see if that works out for Classic. Envy right now is doing an extremely good job. They're doing exactly what they need to do to put this pressure on the Prophecy squad. They're not allowing them to get much map control. They're not allowing them to push very far into the base. And even though Ricky is doing so right now, Saints has a flag out and he's making a run. And he's actually got the coverage to do it. If they can just get this one caught off, which Merc is able to do, they should be able to get this flag on the bad side. So it looks like they're going to be going up 1-0 on this first side of capture the flag.
From the more difficult side, this is going to spell trouble going into round 2.
Yeah, and if you notice, Classic has actually switched away from the IMR and has pulled out a sub. They only have a minute left, and they're already down by 1 flag. They're going to need at least 2 pulls on this side, so he's switching out to the submachine gun to play faster play because the IMR was not being successful for him.
Saints at 15-8, Zuma 13-9, leading the way with a positive Merc as well.
Yeah, you see Envy, this is actually their best capture the flag map based on the stats from the Season 1 league. They played this extremely well, and you can see right now they're just playing it perfectly, doing everything they need to do, and pulling off 1 flag on the bad side has got to give them an extreme amount of confidence going inside number 2.
At the half, strong start from Envy. They have 5 more minutes if they can keep the score low. This will be a 3-0 sweep once again against Prof, the higher seed.
Yeah, and I honestly expect them to kind of have like a little bit of a blowout and get 2 or 3 more flags on this side. They have all the momentum right now, up 2 in the lead. It's looking good really going into the second side. And the fact that they're winning off of the bad side just shows how well they're doing.
Why would you switch it up to the AK-12? Why does he prefer this weapon?
It's kind of like the IMR and BAL. There's slightly different play styles to it, but it's really just all about your preference. And honestly, it might even be mind games saying, I'm so confident in this side right now that I don't even have to use my best weapon. I'm going to beat you with the abnormal, and I'm going to do everything that I can, or I'm going to do everything that I want because you can't do anything to me. Prophecy right now pushing up on this left side. They've got all 4 players, but if they are able to get a flag out, which looks like Ricky does have, Merc's going to be able to make this a stalemate as he is in the base right now. So even when Prophecy starts to get a little bit of momentum and slaying out, Merc is doing exactly what he needs to do to keep the pressure on top of Prophecy.
Embos and Ricky in your kill feed, and Moch is going to put it in with 3:30 still to go.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely huge for them to be able to make a flag cap on that side, being on bad side again, and it looks like Ricky's going to be able to pull another one out. He's got 1 player to beat. He does get tagged up, and the flag is returned for them, but still, for them to be able to get that on this side is huge. Now they just need 1 flag, and that's certainly attainable. I was expecting Envy to blow it out, but it looks like Prophecy has come to make this a match. Right now, all the pressure is going to be on Envy's base right now as Prophecy is pushed up completely. They have all 4 players in the base, and it looks like Classic is going to be pulling a flag out, and they do have the cutoffs right now, so he's actually might be able to make a run for this. You're going to have 1 player, though, in the base, right? It's going to be Merc pulling a flag. Merc, again, doing exactly what he needs to do to keep the pressure on this Prophecy squad.
The score all tied up. Who is going to be able to get the final cap here on Retreat, or will we see overtime?
Honestly, I'm really hoping for an overtime, but that stop right there by Embos. He picked up a 2-piece, almost a 3-piece when he was left alone to stop the flag, and he's playing outstanding right now. He's on a 4-kill streak, sitting at 28-17, make that a 5 streak. I need to give him some love as he is locking down this pool side with the BAL.
So aggressive on these objectives.
Yeah, really impressive stuff from Envy. They're playing extremely well. Merc doing exactly what he needs to do at all times. And Merc actually going for another flag pull now. He's just got 1 player to beat, and Nameless is able to pick up the kill on the cutoffs. There's only going to be 1 player that looks like he might be able to position to stop this, and it's going to be Classic. But there's a player from Prophecy on double Ds. Classic is able to sneak by. If he can get his turn, that's going to be huge for them, but he's going to get cut down to the very end, and that's going to be a 2-1 lead in favor of Envy.
Merc going to hunt it down, get the return, and lock up this sweep. Prophecy knocked to the losers bracket. Envy is moving into our top 4 here in winners.
And Merc is definitely the MVP of that game. At the very end, there was 3 players from Prophecy that were in the base getting ready to pull that final flag to try and tie it up. Merc picked up the first 2 and was able to hunt down the player with the flag that was Embos and get the return, stopping that last flag pull.
Great finish from Envy to close things out.
Yeah, Envy looking great in this tournament so far. They've had some shaky placements, but overall, they're looking really strong going into COD Champs.
I have to say, Chance, it's been fun, man. I put you to the stress test. You were driving. Was that the first time?
First time driving, though. I've had a few, but definitely the first time with this amount of pressure.
I like it, my friend. Well, you did really good. Congratulations on making it this far, and best of luck with the rest of the cast-off. Guys, we're going to send it down to our analyst, though. Rambo, Ben, what do you guys think of that match? Yeah, Ben, what do you think of that match?
Pretty good game, Puckett.
Pretty solid stuff.
Pretty solid series.
Let's start it off with you, Ben.
Okay.
Talk me through your notes on both casters. Who do you want to start with?
I'm going to start with Fox. His game 3 was significantly better than game 2. His game 2 was, I would say, maybe like a 6 out of 10. His game 1 was probably like an 8. His game 3, I would say, was right back up there in terms of caliber. So he kind of picked things up after a really shaky session destroy, which surprised me because he was driving at the same time. His driving skill is questionable, but again, we can't judge people on that because they don't have to drive when they get to champs. But yeah, as I said, he kind of picked things up. For me, looking at Chance, kind of what I touched on in game 1 about the breath, taking a breath. Feel free to take a breath. Like, the moment's still going to be there. Like, you can chill. Although it is very impressive. You can talk for a while. One thing that he did mention was about the AK-12 and the mind games. Me and Ray
I asked him. I put him on blast there. I was like, why switch over to the AK-12 when the like, name was there behind rock?
That's like one of the only mistakes I think he's probably made. And it wasn't a mistake. Me and Ray were on the analyst desk, and we were listening to you guys. And as soon as he said it, me and Ray both kind of went like, "What? Like, what? Where is this? Where is this going?"
Yeah, I was like, "That's a Puckett-style answer, though. You spun it to where people aren't going to question it." You know?
But like for me and Ray, who were kind of sat there listening, we were like,
I would have looked at him like,
right? Like,
what does it even mean?
Right. What does that mean? But again, that was like his only mistake, and you put the two together, and it's like, well, try and look aside Fox's game 2, which was kind of riddled with a couple of mistakes, and cutting me off and kind of talking over me. I think this is not going to be an easy decision. Matt, what were your notes on the 2?
I thought Fox's CTF was much better than the second one. The S&D was really a struggle for him. Went back to kind of that first game. Not the best driving that we've ever seen, but I mean, you expect that out of these guys. I mean, they're not really driving out too much in the Codcaster. You set him up a few times, made some nice calls, and made some nice calls himself, on strategy and overall. Just did a very nice job. Chance had a mix up at the beginning. Third game is always going to be a CTF or an uplink. Don't really play hardpoint too much in a game 3. Well, I don't think anyone's ever played hardpoint really in a game 3. And then the AK-12 thing, that was a little bit odd. But otherwise, nope. For the first time for both of these guys, pretty nice driving skills. Didn't think it was something where, all right, I haven't seen a kill in 15 minutes.
Right.
Give me the controller back. It was watchable. So I'm a fan of that. Good strategy and breakdown from Chance as well. Very nice showing from both guys.
I liked Fox's call. Definitely out of these two, when you look at just the CTF cast, Fox by far the stronger cast to close things out. He explained the team colors 40 seconds in. It's a little bit long to let it go, but the fact that you did it was a big key there. The Fox had a lot of stutters and stammering when he got lost on the damage, couldn't really pull himself out of that one. He knew the fact that a stun does one damage.
1 hit point damage.
But wasn't able to really follow that up. Also, it seems like when you're listening to Fox, he starts a sentence. He's so worried about making a mistake or saying something wrong that he backs his sentence up, then says it correctly. And while it's great to go back and fix your mistakes, there are so many times where I'm like, you just said the dumbest thing, but keep going so that you're not distracting the viewers. And I think that's something he's going to have to work on and be more conscious of. Go ahead. Jump in.
No, I was just going to say that's a fantastic point.
Thank you, sir. And then also at the end, I heard Fox say, this match was so exciting. It's like, you have no excitement in your voice, dude. You can't use hyperbole words if you're not going to back it up with the
excited yourself
with the delivery there. Chance had a really rough time driving, and it was something obviously that he had not practiced nearly enough.
Yeah, right.
Really didn't probably fight for the controller enough in their warm-up rounds to get confident and get used to it. And I think it led to him speaking very fast when he was doing the play-by-play. Also, I think where you saw Chance really hit his stride and find his groove, because he set the controller down. He had his left thumb on it, but he was talking to me like this. And thank goodness that Advanced Warfare
drives itself
automatically is going to switch players due to the respawn delay. Otherwise, we would probably be sitting on a lot of dead bodies throughout that game. I think both players missed some of the action on the map because they were so focused on just trying to get the words out. And honestly, this is the hardest stress test. When you go into a match and you have to drive while talking, I think that really speaks to how strong the current veterans are in the scene that drive the in-game camera. I think both of them are going to get they'll improve. And they're really going to have to put some focus on that, because if you do make it to champs, you're going to have to drive at some point as you get paired up with another caster.
For me, just one quick point is you look at the personality between the two. You saw kind of smiles from Fox, and then you saw smiles from Chance, but it's like was he smiling when you were casting with him, or was he like stone of steel, face of steel, like hardcore concentration? Because this is the thing. When that game was over, it was like everything had been lifted up. It was like smiles. He was like, yo, peace to the camera. You saw his like pregame and some of his vlogs, very entertaining individual. That's what you want to see come out. Like if he's smiling when he's casting, I think that improves him tenfold. Fox
was the better on camera. I think he carried himself better in the room as well. That's just kind of his personality. I think Chance, though, has made big strides from the start of Friday or even Thursday when they first got in to the end of Saturday. I think he's going to get a little bit more comfortable, but you have to give the on-camera presence. I think it's honestly a tie. It's the off-camera presence that Fox has that advantage.
I agree.
So,
Matt, any other?
No, I mean you guys pretty much hit everything.
See, I have a way. Wait. I have a way. I have a way we can do this without any of us being the bad guy.
Oh man.
Because traditionally we kind of have that argument. No one wants to be the bad guy. If we all say the person that we think should win, like on 3, like 1, 2, 3, and then the person, then technically none of us are the bad guy.
I'm down for this.
Are you down for that?
I mean, obviously I don't want to be the bad guy. Of course I'm going to sign up for this.
Okay,
Because if I would have said no, I would have been immediately thrown under the bus.
You're going first.
Everyone would have been like, you're going.
All right, well, let's have a look
How
at
do
our
we do
contestants
this?
one more
I don't
time.
know.
I'm going to count us
you're
down.
going to count.
All right, there they are.
Chance on the left, Fox the Don.
Castoff finalist. One of them will be advancing to the Los Angeles Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox, and will be casting alongside veterans from all around the globe. Ben, count us down.
Okay. Good luck to both of you. Chance is doing a countdown. See, this is the Chance I wanted to see. Oh, Lord.
I hate watching this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. 3, 2, 1. Chance.
Chance is going through unanimously.
Wow.
I was leaning towards Fox all the way up until the North American Championship. At the end of day 1, I was still on board with Fox, but the way Chance handled himself in the cast with me, and after going back and reviewing the footage now that I had more time, I thought he was the most well-rounded contestant, and especially had the best game knowledge, or at least was able to deliver that in the appropriate times.
I want to talk to them both, but first of all, Chance, if you could stay on Skype, can we talk to Fox real quick? Obviously, runner-up. Fox, massive congratulations, first of all, getting this far. I know it has to kind of suck finishing in second place, but kind of what we talked about to Dirk. You did a really, really good job. There's definite areas you can improve on, but that's something which is going to come in time. That was your first ever event you casted at. Like, if my first event went as smooth as that, I would be so happy.
My first didn't, yeah.
Yeah, no. my first was an absolute... It was terrible. I honestly don't even want to think about it.
I deleted the VOD so no one can watch it.
That's kind of evil. But honestly, Fox, like, you have a great fan base already there, already built in. You know the community, you know everything. I expect to see you in the booth again. I think that would be ridiculous if we don't see you again. But just keep going in strides. And I mean, you had that kind of conversation when we were in Columbus about, you want to try and make this your full-time job. Don't let this deter that.
You can do it.
If that's the goal, always have that in your mindset. Always make that the goal.
I mean, that's kind of, it's like completely different, a little bit different. But I mean, when I was like 17, I was starting out as a player. I kind of made the decision early, like, okay, I'm going to turn this into a full-time career somehow, like through any way. Took me like 10 years. But
you did it.
Took me 10 years and 3 different, tries, player, manager, whatnot. You definitely have what it takes, though. You definitely have the determination. You have the just will. You really want it. So you can definitely make it happen, dude.
Great, thank you.
Fox.
I'm glad I made the mistakes here rather than at Champs. I'm glad that I can take this and learn from it, and hopefully in the future I'm able to work with you. There's definitely things I want to work on that you touched on several times, and thank you for that.
I think you're gonna learn to just become a better casting partner, and I think that's really gonna be the difference maker for you. And you're gonna learn to find those spots where the analysis really is going to shine, and you're also going to be continuing to improve on your play-by-play. We heard your play-by-play in that last CTF, and I think that's something that you shouldn't shy away from just because you have so much game knowledge. I think you should embrace it and just become that total complete caster that we all know you can be. Like I said, you had the best presence out of anyone throughout this competition. You have the most confidence, you have the most swagger, you're not afraid to talk to media, you're not afraid to talk to people behind the scenes, and I think that's the second part that no one really looks at. They all just assume that you have to perform in front of the camera. To be in this industry, you need to be able to do it all.
Be on 24/7.
Right.
And I think you have the potential to be that guy. Really looking forward to having you back, hopefully, in future seasons of the Castoff. You fell just short this time, but definitely think that you should stick with this. You're a natural, and you're only going to get better.
But I couldn't have said any better. Wish you the best of luck, Fox, and congratulations on making it this far. But for now, we should probably talk to
Fox.
Mr. Chance, of course, the winner of the competition. Chance, I mean, what can we say about this guy? He impressed all of us amongst every kind of aspect of the weekend.
Puckett didn't want to put him through when he saw
I want to point out, you didn't want to. I had
didn't.
to fight you to the death to put this man through, and look at him now, winning the competition.
Mr. Blue going big.
Hashtag Blue Wall.
Chance, you proved me wrong. After watching just your initial submission, I didn't think you could put on hype. I didn't think you could find those moments. When you called the final 10 seconds, I didn't call it. You called the final 10 seconds of Prophecy, mounting that comeback against Envy and falling just short. That's when I knew that you were my guy moving forward to champs, and that was before I saw the other cast-off contestants. You showed me everything that I'm needing from the caster at the next level. Fantastic work throughout the weekend, my friend.
Chance, how do you feel right now?
I feel pretty satisfied, I have to say.
Satisfied.
Relief. Has to be a relief. I mean, kind of crazy. That's what I love. It's like just funny.
Most people will be like running around, adrenaline. Chance just like, yeah, nah, job done. Job done. Came, saw, conquered.
Chance, you were kind of talking to, I think it was Paul, my producer, and you mentioned you didn't know how far you wanted to take casting. Now that you've won the competition, you know you're going to LA. You're going to be in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in just a few weeks. How do you feel about this new position, and what's your goals from here on out?
You know, coming into this, I was really excited for the competition, more so just of justification of how much I've played Call of Duty specifically for the past 5-6 years. So being able to say now that I've turned something that most people see as non-productive into a positive thing makes me excited. Like, you know, a lot of people, or me especially, not exactly proud of how much I play video games just because it has like a negative connotation to it. But now, like, it's something I can be proud of and be like, hey guys, like, I went to LA, or hopefully I make it to LA if something goes wrong with the flights again. But say I've been able to turn something positive out of that. I don't know, I'm excited. This is pretty cool.
No, you should be. I mean, there for years, I didn't tell anybody I was involved in video games. I would tell everybody when I would go to events that I was going out of town to work with my dad. And then, nope, turned it into a career, started doing awesome stuff, like going to LA to catch champs. And then it's something cool you can share with everybody. I think that's great to take a passion and turn it into something you can share with everyone.
Matt, your first event you ever casted was Call of Duty Championship.
Yes.
I want you to give Chance some words of wisdom from everything you learned last year.
Good luck. It's going to be crazy. Now, a lot of, I mean, I was kind of fortunate to have traveled the previous year, 2 years, see a lot of these foreign teams. So a lot of the research and stuff, I didn't have to do too much of it. I knew what to expect coming in, but a lot of work. You're gonna have to. There's a lot of foreign teams, all over the world coming. You're gonna have to be familiar with those players, be really on point with, all the strategy and whatnot. And then I think it's important to also get to know the other casters that are there. I mean, I casted with Bricey, Bio, and Rel. It's the first time I ever met them.
Australia. UK.
I couldn't understand what Bricey was saying for the first 30 minutes. I don't know.
There you go. But really, Chance, I think you are the guy for this role. I think you are going to kill it at Champs. And in fact, we are going to start your training on Saturday. I'll send you all the information after this. We are going to get you booked on your flight. We'll go over the Caster Bible with everything you need to know on all of the teams attending. And, of course, feel free to reach out to any one of us as you train to get prepared for the big event. Congratulations to Chance. Big shout-out to everyone who watched the Castoff from the beginning. Chance, final moment. Any shout-out to your fans that you've gained over the last 3 weeks?
I don't know. My phone's been blowing up like crazy. It's just an entirely huge Twitter feed. So, I don't know. Shout out to everybody, I guess.
Somebody in the chat said he hit 1,000. So you were at like 400. Got a little bit of a bump.
Got a little bit of a bump. That's what I like to see. I imagine that bump will be a little bit higher after weekend in Los Angeles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is going to do it for our show. Chance, your first ever Castoff champion. You can catch him live, as well as all three of us, from Los Angeles, March 27th through the 29th. You can watch it on your MLG apps through Xbox One, Xbox 360, and, of course, right here on MLG.TV. It's been one hell of an experience and one that I hope to replicate very soon.
Yeah.
Castoff 2 has to be in the works here. I'm going to go talk to Sepso about making something awesome happen here.
Raise the stakes.
Raise the stakes.
I don't know how, but
you get a
how
spot
do we raise the stakes?
at a non-million-dollar tournament, but you get a steak from Matt.
Oh,
that's fine. Yeah.
Raising the stakes.
I love to go out to eat.
You do love food.
Yeah.
Food is good.
All right. At this point in the night, guys, I think we're going to turn it over to the Pro League, so make sure you go enjoy those matches. You can catch all of the players live streaming right now, but that is going to do it for us here from the New York City studio. We'll catch you on the ESR tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, as always, right here on MLG.TV.